Man, oh man, here we are. I am broadcasting again, man. I'm here with Jeff Dinda. Unfortunately, we do not have Hunter and Edwin tonight, but well, I'm sure we'll see them again. But man, Max, Jeez, I always do this. Jeff, how you doing?
Doing great. I think we're going to have a fun night tonight on week 3 of 4 of our playoffs.
Man, I think we are. We are here at Vegas. Playoff 3 of 4. I think we have 100 laps, if I remember right. But you know what,
Correct.
Jeff? We have a points race, man. We have a points race. Take a look at this. If you look, Brandon Hinton, we have 75 points tied for first. We have Chuck Burley, merely 1 point ahead of, Mark Holloway and Tyler Waltz, who is tied as well. And then, man, everybody, this is a close race. Now, no drops are in here yet. There is one drop, and this is race 3 of 4. So next week, we're going to put their drop in there, and we're going to see how it shakes stuff up. So keep in mind, everybody does have a drop here, but man, that it looks exciting, man.
Yeah, it sure does. And this is a great track. It's a fast track. These guys are going to be doing some tire management, and like you said, 100 laps. It's going to be real curious to see who's trying to push the distance and who's coming in for those fresh sets of tires.
Sure thing, man. Well, take a look here. Go ahead with the lineup, Jeff.
All right, starting at first, we have Brandon Hinton with a really nice time of 29.112. Matthew Tennant is in P2. Coming in row 2, we have Chuck Burley in position 3 and Tyler Waltz in P4. Row 3, Mark Holloway in that 56 machine and Todd Perrant in the 69. Row 4 and 7th, we have Charles Connor and Sean Dion in P8. Row 5, we have Thomas Long and Christian Clark. Row 6, rounding out those who qualified, is Ryan Godfrey.
Now, we probably have quite a few in there that haven't qualified here. Looking at that, we have Brian Souza, Chris Wagner. You're just watching, Jeff. And we have Mazo actually left. He's a new guy to the league. Unfortunately, I had to ask him to leave because we do have a 4-race regular season in order to race into the playoffs. So I had to ask him to leave, but we look forward to seeing him next season. And then we have
Absolutely.
Morton and Hickory.
Absolutely. This was going to be his first race if he was eligible, and he's not. So hopefully, Philip, maybe tune into the broadcast and come back for our off season and the start of next season for sure. Yeah, I actually was not sure if I was going to broadcast a race tonight, so I was practicing hard with these guys, and there's it's a pretty tight group at the top. I mean, the first 5 cars are within a couple 1,000ths of each other. So I mean, this is pretty exciting. These guys are really pushing it in practice, and a couple of guys out there were practicing some long runs. So it's going to be real interesting. strategy that plays out. But again, this is a fast track. I don't think I had to lift at all for my fastest lap.
All right, here we are getting ready. We're coming around. We got an extra lap here. Man, I know you wanted to race, to be honest with you. I asked you that earlier. I asked you to broadcast with me because, of course, Edwin, our great broadcaster, as well as Hunter Davis, isn't here. So I asked you to jump in with me, man. But I know you were itching to get on that track, weren't you, Jeff?
Yeah, it was just fast. But, this is the playoffs. If I went out there and pushed it and got into one of the playoff drivers, I know we have a fast repair. I mean, I would feel bad. So it's in fairness to these guys, they need a broadcast. They need a clean track, and we're getting ready to go green here.
Well, let's give them a broadcast here, Jeff. And here we are getting ready to go green over the line.
Green, green, green. And I was watching the P2 car. He was blinking a little bit there in warm-ups, and he's still got a little blinking issue going on. So hopefully... looks like Matthew Tennant. Yeah, so hopefully that clears up. Maybe he just had a little internet issue going on there, but saw one of the cars get in the wall there. But in practice, that inside line was fast. If you could stick it on that inside line, like I said, you barely, if at all, had to lift. So these guys, after a couple of laps, they kind of get spread out here a little bit. I'm sure they'll back off a little bit, but when you're Brandon hitting that 5 car, the first thing you want to do is get out front and establish that lead.
Here we go to a nice start. We still do have some Matthew Tennant blinking there in 3rd place.
Yeah, I'm just actually watching Mark Holloway on my other screen. He's right behind him just to see if the guys on track are noticing the same thing. I'm kind of watching in cockpit there behind them just to see if he's picking it up on his system.
And we have Brandon hitting Chuck Burley right in the lead here.
Yeah, and as a reminder, the yellow highlights for the cars, those are the guys in the playoffs, correct?
Yes, that's correct. On the number down there, all the yellows are the people that are in the playoffs. The yellow blacking plate that you see. I'll actually put my cursor on the screen, what he's talking about right here.
Yeah, top 5, yeah.
Yep.
Actually, top 6. No, that's you've got some really nice overlays and features.
They're hard, but I try to keep adding to it, and
No, it's I'm sure it's a lot to juggle when you're broadcasting and kind of being the controller for all of our feeds, and certainly I think the guys appreciate with our phenomenal broadcasters that you mentioned not being here tonight, that you can jump in here so we can give these guys a
Well, that was a weird technical difficulty, man, Jeff. We are back. We haven't had any cautions here. We're lap 11. Sorry, people, about everything stopping there. I don't know what's going on, but I had to redo OBS. We're going back up. That doesn't happen often.
No, and congrats for getting it back so quick. And like you said, nothing major happened. I mean, the guys are spreading out a little bit. If anybody wants to know what happened while we were gone, you can always PM me in the Discord. We'll give you a little update. Maybe we'll save the race. But these guys are spreading out pretty good. And just watching the lap times of our leader, Brandon Hinton. Of course, he ran his fastest lap of lap 2. And he's dropping maybe a 10th. Caution's out. Ooh, looks like our Blinky had an incident there. Let's see what happened. Yeah, he's blinking.
All right, let's try to figure out. This is Matthew Tennant here. Who is that right behind him? The 60. What number is that behind him?
That's Tyler, the 54 car.
54.
And I heard the guys chatting on the track mic. The 54 was having some issues blinking out. It doesn't look like that was the case here. I kind of blinked right when he was blinking just before coming out of the corner. He's getting a little glitchy netcode, sparking, and there was at one point earlier, I was watching Tyler and he blinked. Luckily Tyler took the outside.
Yeah,
he didn't blink right when the incident happened,
but that was all due to blinking. I was actually typing, as I'm doing race control, I'm typing in the chat. I was actually giving him his first blink warning as I type in the chat that they can see, just as that was happening. So we're going to keep a close eye on it. Unfortunately, sometimes things happen with people's internet, and, it stinks, just like anything unplanned that happens, but we'll figure it out here, and we're going to go to a commercial. We'll be right back.
Hey, Mike, I know you think your truck is totally sick, but this is what I think of your precious 4x4 hang out all day with your stupid friend's truck! Push it!
Thank you, Agent State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cut. Hey, Arnold, I'm hearing neighbor. It's neighbor.
That's what I said. Neighbor.
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 Hey, let's go again.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cut.
Now what?
It's neighbor.
Neighbor!
Cut.
Neighbor.
Yeah, neighbor. Just like it's written on the paper. This lady is in labor!
Cut.
Look at this. This is labor. Like a good neighbor. That was the sheep. And you know it.
It's like you're cold. Brr.
Yeah, I'm cold. Bah. Neighbor.
Still no.
Like a good neighbor.
Cut.
Burr.
Bah.
Burr.
Bah.
Burr.
Bah.
Neighbor.
Neighbor.
Burr.
Bah.
Burr.
Bah! Get me under this chopper.
It's pronounced chopper.
Don't.
It is.
Neighbor! A little bit more concealer.
Hey, Arnold. It's got a bit of a script change.
Script change.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we are. We're already green. We just went green. Man, look at these guys.
Yeah, it looks like everyone got a fresh set of tires there at lap 17. I don't blame them. The math says 5 sets of tires, 100 laps. You can definitely get tires there, and that's a good choice. Brandon's back out in the lead. Charles Connor in second. Chuck Burley, Tyler Waltz in P4. We had a little incident there. The one car with Matthew Tennant was blinking a little bit earlier in the race. We mentioned that in the broadcast, and he was blinking into that corner. Don't know what's going on. I've experienced that myself. The last 2 races, my first 10, never had an issue. Last 2 races had some issues. One on the Google, found the iRacing recommendations, made some changes, CPU, parking, other things, and didn't have any issues tonight in practice. So, hopefully hopefully he can get that cleared up, and I'll have to take a peek at him here in a second just to see how he's doing. But again, Brandon, again, ran his fastest lap there in lap 18, the first full green, and that's kind of what he did in the previous start. Get out to that quick jump, and I know he will save his stuff and maintain that lead. So he's definitely one to watch in this race.
And he's got quite the jump on Charles Connor and Chuck Burley and Tyler Waltz and Todd Perront back there in the top 5. He's got quite the.
Yeah.
They were in a nice little pack back here.
Yeah, they sure are. That's the advantage of kind of getting that jump on the restart, getting out ahead of these guys. There's a pack behind them. You never know when an incident can happen. Someone getting to the wall or just a little brush job, and you collect 4 or 5 cars. As I say that, not sure if that's Tyler getting into the wall there a little high. But getting that jump allows him, to kind of set his own pace now that he's out front, and he can save a little bit and maintain the lead. I've seen him do it before. It's amazing how some of the drivers in our league can not only maintain the lead but save tires and fuel. It's there's a couple of drivers not in this race who are excellent at it as well. There's a couple of guys in this race who are playoff drivers who are really good at it.
I was just looking at the YouTube comments. That would be kind of funny to have them Max and Jeff broadcast sometime. That would be pretty damn fun.
Yeah, that was Watts 2K. I'm pretty sure that's Tyler Waltz, who I oftentimes call Watts in our broadcasts. He's electric on those short tracks, so it kind of fits.
My question is how is he chatting in our YouTube chat when he's running 4th place is the question.
Well, that was all before the race started. So
okay.
I was monitoring that. So I'm sure he's not checking that out right at this moment.
Well, hopefully he's listening. If you are listening, man, good luck, man. You're right up there. Keep going.
And I'm just going to check in. Back on the 59 car was having some issues blinking, and I haven't seen him blink in a couple of laps, so maybe.
I know. I've looked back a couple of times. I haven't seen him blink too many times either.
Yeah, so maybe there was, maybe the kids were all downloading too many videos at his house, or streaming Netflix at the same time.
Damn 6 kids on TikTok. That's what did it.
But as expected, I didn't expect many cautions in this race. There have been a couple of races in the playoffs where I was sitting in the back just saying, hey, I'm going to play a little this tire strategy or fuel strategy, hoping for a caution. They haven't been coming to playoffs. We have a limited field. If you don't have 4 races, you're ineligible to race in the playoffs. And there are guys who, didn't qualify for the playoffs that are probably doing some other things on a Friday night, taking the night off. So, and this is probably one of our largest fields in the playoffs so far, but with 13 cars running tonight. But it definitely helps these playoff guys when it's fewer cars out there.
Well, yeah, but we're looking at, I'm going to give you a little Easter egg here. We're looking at ways to make the playoffs a little bit more active and, allow the top 10 of the playoffs to get their advantage. But, let's see what we can do to bring more people to these. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. Yeah, we have new guys joining the league, during the playoffs. They're looking for, a good place to race. And unfortunately, we have to limit those guys if they're brand new to not being in the playoffs. And I think everybody gets it. Having a new driver that no one's raced with, it's kind of hard for these guys who've been racing with each other for 10, 15, 30, 40 races sometimes to throw a new character in there.
More than that, I have people on this field that have been in this league for 2 years.
Yeah,
right people on this field right now been here 2 years.
Yeah, there are a lot of guys in the top 10 that I've seen racing since the first race Max has done.
Mr. Todd Perront right here we see in the 69 car. This man has, I think, been here since probably race 1 in our seasons, man.
Yeah, and I like Todd. He's also a very good racer. So,
He is, man. He's
but
straight.
it's
He's in our race committee as
Yep.
well. He is a solid. Yeah. I've known Todd a long time, and I have a lot of trust in Todd, and he is a good racer.
and it's really nice, and it's actually a good tell that this is a good league when the good drivers stick around, right? I mean, you always have drivers come and go. Some people get out of iRacing, some people find a new league, but we've got a lot of good drivers in this league, including a part-time truck, ARCA, and now Xfinity driver, who also jumps into our league when he can.
Yeah, and actually, we had an announcement that Tyler Tomasi is going to be at Talladega. I got the date, but I'm going to start digging it up while Jeff here talks, if I can find it.
Yep, it's in October, and
Is that?
Max really wants to go. He's itching to go, and
I saw
we've
him
been to a few
talking,
tracks,
asking
actually,
about
Vegas.
pit passes. I saw him dropping a seed. Yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait to watch Tyler Tomasi at Talladega, man. I can't wait to watch
He
him, man.
really wants to go, and I think we're probably going to go.
Oh,
But
man, that's
the
awesome.
two of us are we bring Mom Dindo along, but we've been to a couple of tracks, and Vegas by far is probably my favorite. It's Vegas, but they have the inside track pass, and when Max was a little bit younger, Jimmy Johnson was his favorite driver, and we stood at the fence on the backside of his pit, literally 15 feet from where they would stop, and the fuel man would come over. He'd pick up some lug nuts and bring them over and hand them out to the kids and talk to the kids, and it was a blast. So I think Talladega would be a great race to watch. Exciting for sure.
Do you remember which series he'd be racing in? I don't remember.
I think it's the trucks. I could pull
think it
pull
was
it
the
up, but I
trucks.
would probably I'll probably freeze my screen if I pull up his feed on Facebook. But
Yeah.
all of the fans of our league should definitely like and follow him on Facebook. We get all the updates on Facebook. He just had a interview the other day, I think, with his local news station. So that was pretty good. But it's interesting. I'm watching my own independent overlay, and we got Brandon out front. We got 2 through 7 are in a pretty tight pack, and 9 through 12 are in a really tight pack. And we got one straggler in the back who probably maybe hit the wall or is a little stray saving strategy. But these guys are not getting away from each other.
Nope, and the people are seeing the track map right now on the screen, man, and these people, they are close, man. And there's no stage breaks in this race, so we're going to go all the way through here. I mean, we got 100 laps, and after this, we have the premiere race as well. Looking forward to that. But, I'm sorry, not the premiere race. Why am I keep thinking it's Saturday? Man, I'm Brandon.
Nope, don't burn through the weekend too early.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, this is going to be really interesting, right? Because I think, if I'm checking my notes, 48 laps. I mean, I know it's a little bit different in each car. Was kind of the maximum fuel load. I know when you get around 20 laps on your tires, we're getting pretty close to that now. You start losing some track times, and I'm just going to check out Brandon Hinton's lap times here just to see how he's doing. I mean, he's running pretty consistent, 30, 0.2, 0.3 for the last 10 laps or so. So he's definitely got his pace going. But these guys are going to need to come in and pit under green, and that always it's always interesting, right? Because some guys are really good at it.
I look at Tyler Waltz, though, man. Tyler Waltz last lap ran a 33 as well. Now we got Brandon at 34, Tyler Waltz at 33.5. I mean, they're not really catching Brandon. It doesn't look like yet.
You've got a better overlay because I have to click on them individually. So someday I'll figure out that overlay that I can broadcast with, just to help me out a little bit.
Well, I mean, someday I'll sit down with you and I'll teach you how to broadcast so I can take a couple days off. How's that? And I'll teach you everything.
Well, or that way when you're doing the road courses, I can jump in and we can
right.
stream you guys doing road courses.
Don't say that.
That's what we
I'll
really
be
need.
teaching you this weekend.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just looking at Tyler. His last, his last 10 laps. I mean, he was within a tenth of of his time. So he's managing as well. I mean, he's dropping off a little bit here, but um, I you know, Tyler, I don't know all of the guys' history with the league, but he's really come on strong here lately. And I thought on a couple of races, maybe he's just a short track specialist because he was really doing well on some of our short tracks. But here he is, in Vegas, maintaining P2. So I don't think he's just a short track specialist. I think he's just coming on strong.
I think Tyler Waltz has came this season, I'm pretty sure. I hope I'm not wrong, but Tyler Waltz came this season, man. Ever since he's come, he's been right up there, man. He is a good driver. It's fast, man. And, yeah, man, I think he's only been here about this season, but he is quick as hell.
Yeah, no, like I said, at first when I started paying attention, he was, winning some short tracks, and I thought, I thought he was just a specialist in short tracks, but he's proven me wrong. He's good all around. And just scrolling through the field here, yeah, Brandon still has a pretty comfortable lead. Tyler in P2 is holding that position with a little bit of a gap on Chuck Burley. Todd Perron is right on the 4 cars bumper. Just scrolling back, Charles has a little bit of a gap. Mark is kind of behind him, but it's actually it looks like Mark Holloway and Matthew Tennant looks like they just changed positions. But we're getting to the point where their tires right now are going to be a little iffy. Not that their lap times are dropping much, but hopefully we don't have a caution, so these guys can battle it out with green flag stops and really get some good racing here. I know I have my YouTube feed up. If there's anybody watching, has a favorite driver they're watching, give them a shout out, and we'll talk about them in our feed. And I'm trying to just see who the Christian Clark's in P13. He's a couple of seconds in front of our leaders. So we don't have lap traffic issues yet, but we're getting close. Brandon's solid lead, 2, 3, 4. They're tight. You could throw a blanket over them. Then we got a pretty big pack, 5 through 11. Battling it out here. So. Again, I'm going to check on the leader just because he's in front and just see what his lap times. But he's dropped down to a 30.4. He's run that the past few laps. Actually, past 5 laps. His fastest lap was 29.3. So he's a little over a second off his fastest lap. And I'm not the most experienced driver, but I realized in my practice session here with the guys before broadcasting, and Brandon just passed Christian, so he gave a shout out to letting him by there pretty easy without issue. But one of the things I noticed in practicing is, you get your first lap under your belt, your second lap is your fastest, and then you just start tailing off each additional lap. You can never, I at least. From what I experienced and every driver I looked at, no one was running their fastest lap on lap 3. And it's like Tyler just gave a shout out as well to Christian for letting him by without issue. And Christian is one of our broadcasters, really nice guy, and not sure if he's just kind of camping out to save some tires. I mean, he is the only car 1 lap down, so he can really save a lot, and that's a position I find myself in a lot. Is just kind of camping out in the back, tire saving fuel, maybe try to run a little bit longer, and see if you can pull out a caution when the other guys start pitting.
All right, now, Jeff, I've watched a lot of races because I have to sit here through all this stuff and do race control. And I noticed, man, you seem to lead a lap in about every race that you race in. You have some tire strategy on you. I can't wait to see you next season when you're in a points race.
Yeah, well, that tire strategy is called running 2 seconds a lap slower than everybody else, and they last a lot longer. So the only way that's going to come into play is when I'm hanging out there and leading the lap is if a caution comes out, right? And like I said, in these playoffs, I've tried it a few times, mostly just trying to stay out of everybody's way and play a strategy versus, getting in somebody's way or getting into an incident. But, with some of these races we have had 10, 11 cars that you just don't have as many cautions. So it's not really going to come into play. But I think one of the broadcasts, I'm not sure if it was Brandon or Edwin, said, hey, if we ever get one of these to play out, he's going to be in a great position, but it just hasn't played out.
Man, well, we have a little race right here for third, man. We have Tyler Waltz and Chuck Burley, man. Look at them fight. They're just wasting their tires. I guess he let Tyler Waltz by.
Well, it's you mentioned Todd earlier. We talked about him a little bit. Todd's always one of those guys who, early on in a run is just going to save a little bit more than everybody else, right? There's been some races where I've been in the back with my strategy, it doesn't work out, and Todd's back there a little bit, and as everyone else's tires wear off, he moves through the field and makes it work for him. So I'm not surprised to see Todd caution is out.
Oh.
And let's see, the 10th place car, someone stopped at the line.
All right, let's see if we can take a look here. What happened? Let me clear the screen.
It was Mark Holloway.
I'm looking at Thomas
And
Long
Thomas
right now.
Thomas just came on the mic. He might have got into Mark. We're going to watch the replay here, and someone in front of him definitely got into the wall. I heard an apology from Thomas Long.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of pitched into the wall there.
Didn't give him the room. He went up as far as he could go, too.
Yeah, and I was watching Mark. I mean, he had no issues with his connection that entire lap before you showed him. So, like I said, I heard Thomas Long come on the course mic and apologize. And unfortunate incident, but again, this is where the tires are really starting to wear off. So that's, if you're going to have a caution, that was about the time to have it. And I'm going to assume everyone is hitting pit road here. I mean, no one's going to stay out at this point. So I think everybody's going to get fuel, fresh set of tires.
You're 100% correct, man.
We are on lap, gosh, I got so many screens open, I can't figure it out. 55 of 100. You can make it to the end with fuel at this point. But, I think Christian will probably get the lucky dog. I don't know if somebody can push it to the end, but let's find out.
Man, this is going to be a fun little run to watch here, man. We're going to take a quick commercial. We're going to be right back.
This has been a public service message of the American Medical Association and your local station.
He fell. Whoa, I'm not driving. I'm way too stoned. How are you feeling, Beer?
Oh, since we had that talk, I'm not driving tonight at all.
What about you, Dave?
You only had a couple of drinks.
And only a couple of puffs.
I don't drink and drive. No way I'm getting behind the wheel when I smoked weed, too.
How are we getting home, then?
Oh, you can drive, Dave.
Come on, Dave.
Take one for the team, buddy.
Don't let weed and alcohol influence your decision to drive.
Yeah, I need a ride.
Is there anyone out there who still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay, Last time. This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Hey, Lindsay? I wish you didn't smoke weed. You're not the same when you smoke. And I miss my friend. I'll be outside.
All right, we're entering turn 4, and we are getting ready to go green. We've got less than 50 laps remaining. You could make it on fuel. Not sure if anybody's going to try it, but good luck if you do. And pace car is off, and we're getting ready to enter the restart zone. Let's see Brandon's jump here. Again, it doesn't look like a great jump, but he's going to get out to a very solid lead and clear himself of all the competitors around him. Great strategy by Brandon. He's one of the best in our league, and I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes in that position. And these guys all have fresh tires. Everyone came in and pitted, so we should have pretty good control here. But again, it's a tight pack, so you never know. If you have an incident, but we'll see how this breaks out. And Christian did get his lap back, was the lucky dog on that caution, and he's now in P10. Just looking to the field, they're getting a little bit tighter on Brandon this time. Oh, and P4 just got into the wall. That was Charles Connor. Brandon hitting in the lead, Todd Perront in P2, Tyler Waltz in P3, Charles Connor in P4, and Matthew Tennant in position number 5. It's interesting because the lower line here is definitely the fastest, and it's probably maybe a little bit up off that line. We got a little bit of blinking again in the Matthew Tennant. It's probably also the best place to save your tires, right? I mean, this is definitely a hard track to try to run a high line. You see the guys brushing a wall that constantly that are running it, but you'll notice Brandon. He'll be a car. If he's really trying to run his fastest lap, he'll be down on the very bottom, right on the white line. If he is, one car length, two car lengths up, he's holding back a little bit on his tires and, trying to save a little bit and still maintain a pretty good lap time. We are back live and tight race up front between Brandon Hinton and Todd Bront. Tyler Waltz and the pack behind him, Tyler, Matthew, and Charles, are keeping their eyes on him, so they're not losing pace. We did talk to Matthew Tennant. He's had some blinking issues all race, and we've talked about it a little bit. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it's an iRacing issue. Sometimes it's an internet issue. There are some settings to go through to kind of make things a little bit smoother. I myself had some issues the last couple of races, so I went through and changed some things. So, hopefully he's one of our playoff drivers. Hopefully he can get that worked out. And Todd's only a 10th back from Brandon, so it's going to be really interesting to see. Both of these guys are really good at saving, and Todd, I think, is one of the better guys in our league at it. So it'll be interesting to see how much he pushes to get that lead and how much he just stays right on Brandon's tail. Just hoping he saves a little more than Brandon to make a pass if we don't get a caution later in the race. Obviously, if we do get a caution, he's in a pretty good position.
Man, this has been a really fun race to watch here, Jeff. This is,
Absolutely, and
right now, man, we are fighting for the first. Sorry.
Yeah, they are battling. No, he's right. I mean, he was a 10th a lap or two ago. Now he's 2/10. But like I said, Todd may just be saving a little more. Kind of waiting for that opportunity. But here it pops up on the screen. Yeah, I mean, I love that feed when you kind of show what the camera's focusing on, just to let the viewers know who it is and what position they're battling for. And again, 1 through 9. I mean, we're literally within fractions of a second, some of these guys from each other, and we're running a pretty tight pack here. I mean, I think we're back to 7. I mean, we're only 3 seconds off the lead. So these guys are doing a really good job of keeping in touch with the leader. We just don't know who's saving and who's pushing.
And we are on lap 70 of 100 as well, Jeff. We are coming to the end here. We got 30 laps left. What do you think we're going to see the C word anytime before the end here?
So on every playoff race I've raced in this season, we haven't. And I was the guy sitting in the back, kind of like Christian or Todd or Ryan, really saving, hoping that we go green, and it hasn't. But you never know. It could totally happen. Especially the camera feed you're showing now. That 5th, 6th, 7th, they were pretty tight.
Yeah, they are.
Pretty tight group there. So it only takes one of those bumps in the corner to get you a little loose. So hopefully it doesn't happen. But
so where's
this is
Max
Vegas,
tonight? I'm surprised we didn't see Max here.
He didn't. He's not eligible for he's not in the playoffs. He may be eligible to race, but I think he's
one of those people that doesn't want to come in and race when he's not in the playoffs. I got it.
Yeah, he may be playing like Fortnite or something else. I don't know what those games are they all play, but he's got a flight simulator and everything else on that machine. So you never know what kids do these days. But yeah, that group you're looking at 5, 6, 7. I mean, they're 8, 9. I mean, they're tight. And again, I'm a backpack guy, right? We have a joke on our Discord feed. I'm going to run in the back, so I call myself the backpack team, even though that's not really an official team. But there's a couple guys in the back. I'll be curious to see how much they're saving. If we don't get that evil C word, do they have enough left to, to kind of push some of these guys at the end? I mean, they've got a pretty big gap in P13, but 10th, 11th, 12th, you never know how much you're saving. But again, everybody from that last caution can make it on fuel. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if these guys battle it out till the very end with what they have.
So Jeff, you've been broadcasting with us, man. You've been a great help around here. You just started racing with us this season, got your equipment all set up, and we love having you here. Next season, me, Christian, Hunter, we've all talked about it. Next season, we can't wait to watch you run for points, man. Have you thought about it, and do you have a plan have you thought about it? Like me, Christian, and Hunter have. And Edwin.
Yeah, so obviously there are some tracks I'm not good at. Some of the short tracks, there are some tracks I just haven't raced, so I have to figure those out. But I think if I limit myself, maybe the first 3 races of each oval league, I give it a shot, see where I fit in, and figure out which cars I like the best. Next gen for sure, trucks for sure. I'm not sure on the older NASCAR level cars. Not even sure were they Gen 4. We'll see. I don't even own it yet, so I'll buy it. But yeah, I'm definitely. I know that if there's a short track I'm really bad at, we can throw a track out and our points. But I'm gonna try my best to at least make the playoffs. So that's my goal.
Well, Jeff, I hope, I'm going to be selfish here, and hopefully the people that are listening agree, but I hope you pick a time with us where, we need some broadcast and help, and you help us with one of the series, because you do a great job.
Well, thank you. You never know. I hate listening to the broadcast afterwards because I hate my own voice, but you never know what you sound like. As long as no one's giving you a thumbs down on the channel, that you're doing an okay job. And these guys deserve a broadcast each and every single race they do. So I think, like I said, my goal for next season, I love this car. The car these guys are racing, I love. It's got a lot of power. It can get really loose, but in these long tracks, I love them. I love the feel of this car. You can really race it hard. The trucks, I think, with that big tail fin, I think handling wise, maybe my favorite. I think the older car. I can't remember if we're racing that on Sundays or Fridays. That'll probably be my dedicated broadcast next.
Well,
yeah, that'll be my
but that's the
dedicated
one I already
broadcast
have 2 broadcasters for.
Oh, okay. Let's switch that up. They're probably like me. They don't know that car. It's an old, older generation car. They're probably like, let's punt on that season and broadcast. But
yeah, we
can always try some.
We need you out there in the next gen on Fridays. We need you out there, and I need you broadcast on Sundays.
And which one is Sunday? I can't remember.
Gen 4 is Friday. The Sunday is is next gen. So I know the one you just said you liked. I want you to broadcast on.
Well, we can just do it in car, and we can have a lot of cursing from the back of the pack. Oh man, it's funny. I run the iRacing app, so I can hear the guys on the track mic and watch their comments, and it's kind of funny. I'm so stressed out when I'm driving that I wouldn't be able to push a button to make a comment, right? And I know they're pushing a button to make a comment, but it's kind of funny. Max is the same way. He'll be texting people and putting comments in, and I'm like, how do you do that? I have enough trouble trying to figure out how to turn off my tires when I'm hitting. But some of these guys are they've been doing it so long. It's
for a couple races, I had Tanner Honeycutt and Edwin Warren, and they would broadcast from the race car.
Yeah, no, I think yeah, it's So we're having some technical issues, and the grumpy old dude just commented, "You all want to talk about the race?" Yes, we'll keep talking. Don't know if you can hear us, but Brandon Hinton's still out in P1, and Todd Perron is tight on his tail. Todd's kind of taking that higher line, but he's not giving up. He's 2 tenths behind. Tyler Waltz in P4, 3 seconds behind. Matthew Tennant right on his tail. As long as Sean Dion, I mean, these guys are tight. Sean Dion, Chuck Burley, they're all within a couple of tenths of each other. Charles Connor's back, 6 seconds back. Christopher Morton, 6 seconds as well. Mark Holloway, Brian Sosa, Christian Clark, Thomas Long, and Ryan Godfrey's pulling up the rear. But the two guys in front are battling it out. I say battling it out, quote unquote. Not sure. I don't think Todd wants to pass him at this point. I think Todd is happy where he is. He's running a little higher line. Looks like he's lifting a little bit earlier than Brandon. So, I know Todd. He's definitely, and I can see it coming back on our DES screen with the live feed. He's definitely saving, and the screen right now is on. Looks like it's on P4. They're in a tight pack there. Matthew Tennant, Sean Dion, Chuck Burley, Charles Connor. 4, 5, 6, 7. They're really running tight with each other, and I'm pretty sure these guys are all playoff drivers, and if they're not fighting for position this second, they will be soon. Got a little bit of a blink again from the 59 car. He's holding that inside line and not having any more issues there. So again, we got P1. Oh, someone's dipping down a little low. That's all right. I think everybody could see our feed again. So I think we're good. You can see the front two cars. Todd riding right on Brandon's bumper. And we got this pack on our screen right now. They're trying to figure out, do I want to make this pass or do I want to just wait? And we'll see how this plays out. Damon, our producer, yeah, he's also susceptible to internet glitches and technical difficulties like the rest of us. And unfortunately, the broadcast is important, but when you're in a race, it's really critical when you're having these glitches and issues. And we'll keep talking in case you guys can hear us. But again, Brandon and again Todd right on his tail. Tyler in P3, kind of leading that second pack of cars, and they've spread out a little bit. I think these guys, they realize we're in the playoffs, right? We get to throw out a race, but we're in P3, 4, 5, 6. Let's not jeopardize, what we're doing here for one spot. And so I think these guys are. I don't want to say they're content with their position, but they're content for right now. And the only thing, okay, hang on, lap 95 of 100. Yeah, we just got that back up on the screen 5 laps ago. We did make it from that last caution without an incident, kind of as expected. And so let's see how these guys battle it out. Todd may push this corner. Let's watch this live. It's hard to say. Is Todd content with that position and just ride it out, or is Todd going to give him a battle here with the last 4 laps? And for sure, Chuck is pulled into P3 with a little bit of a lead on Tyler, but these guys are tight. 3, 4, 5, 6. I would not be surprised to see a little bit of a battle there with these playoff drivers, in these last couple of laps. And I can't hear my YouTube feed, but I can see we are solid with the broadcast. All right, we have our current look is first and second. Brandon Hinton, who I would not be surprised if he won this race, and Todd Perrott right on his tail. The second pack is 4 seconds back, and those guys, again, are going to battle for position. I mean, we've got 1 through 6 in the playoffs, solid. Charles Connors back in
Final
P9,
lap.
Mark Holloway back in P13, also playoff drivers, final lap. And, they are getting really close.
I
think
don't
that's
see
6,
Todd
7.
be able to do it, though.
But again, we'll probably we'll stay on these lead guys because, I think Brandon said, you know what, I saved just enough not to let you pass me on this final lap. And Brandon
There we go. That's the end of the race right
get the
there.
win here. Todd Perront and P2. Sean, Tyler, Matthew.
Chuck Burley.
Great finishes.
All right, let's take a look at this here. Let's clear some stuff here. Let's go ahead and put our side ticker up, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our points up right here. So let me change the stream for you.
He's going to be live with the current race.
So
these guys are having
a
little fun with each other after the race.
Yeah, they are, man. But we have our leader, Brandon Hinton, which is going to make a solid lead there. We have Matthew Tennant, who ended up in 5th place. We have Chuck Burley, who's in 3rd place. That's going to give him a little lead on Matthew Tennant for that 2nd place spot. We have Mark Holloway. Where's Mark Holloway in here? Mark Holloway is all the way in 13th. So that's going to hurt Mark Holloway with his little race there with Tyler Waltz, who's in 5th spot. Now, Charles Connors in 9th spot. He's also tied with Tyler Waltz there, so Tyler Waltz still has the advantage. But Todd Perront, man, now this isn't including drop races, so this is going to shake stuff up. But Todd Perront needed a solid win, and here he is, 2nd spot, man. That is crazy. But let's see if we can find Chuck Burley, man.
I think the first race of our season, Todd missed the race. So when he gets that drop with this 2nd place finish tonight, I would not be surprised if he's in the top 3.
Yeah, but we got Chuck Burley, man, our 3rd place finisher. Chuck Burley, man, how'd you get there?
So I don't know if you noticed, but I got black flag for speeding on pits. So that last run, I had to start in the back. So it's hard to pass here. But I didn't want to wreck getting back to the front. So overall, got back to 3rd. So happy with that. Being I made a mistake on pit road, but just taking it easy, saving your tires as usual, which is the name of the game here. But other than that, yeah, good race.
Man, and congrats, Chuck. I think it was the first race of the season. I didn't take tires and spun, and I collected Chuck, and he probably lost 7 positions in that incident, if not more. So hopefully that's your Chuck out race. And this gets you back into the top 3 and the points.
Yeah, it does. We got to figure out Hinton though. If he keeps winning, ain't gonna catch him. But good job on him. But yeah, thanks for that.
Exciting finish for sure.
Now we have Todd Perront, who's our 2nd place finisher, man. Todd Perront. Man, what a race, man.
Oh, man, that was a blast. I was trying.
Well, we were commenting in the broadcast. How much were you saving to make a attempt to pass? But we know Brandon's really good at saving as well. So, I mean, congrats on the 2nd place finish. I mean, that was top notch.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, I was just going to stay behind him. I wasn't going to fight him too early because, I didn't want to burn my stuff up. So I just pretty much tried to stay behind him and wait till the end.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Did you miss the first race of the playoffs? That'll be your elimination. When you throw that race out. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think we get a drop. So, but yeah, I missed the first race.
We'll let Damon come in here. I'm going to check the no drops in playoffs. Yeah, you're right. So no drops in playoffs, but. Again, congratulations on a 2nd place finish.
Yep, appreciate it. Congrats to Brandon, and that was a lot of fun right there at the end.
Oh man, congratulations, Todd. Man, as always, I'm glad to see you up front there. See you later. All right. Doesn't look like we're gonna find a Brandon Hinton for our ending interview. But man, Jeff, thank you for sitting in with me. What a great race, man. That was a really good race.
Yeah, no, I mean, sometimes people may think it's boring. We don't have a lot of cautions, but that was exciting. These guys pushed it till the end with that set of tires and fuel. Brandon has been spectacular in these playoffs. So I would not be surprised if he wins the crown. But for the rest of the guys battling for points, again, congratulations to all of them.
Yeah, man, that was a great race, Jeffrey. Thank you for helping me, man. Hunter, Edwin, we miss you guys. We can't wait to see you guys back. But man, what a great race, great broadcast, man. Jeffrey, thank you, and everybody, thank you for watching. Sorry about all the internet problems or technical whatever the hell was going on, but I think it was definitely my internet. But thank you, everybody. See you later.
Peace out.